What is up, everybody? How's it going? Austin Practical Elevate Performance, coming at you live. Happy Friday, TGIF, everybody. Hope you're having a good day so far. As you were tuning in, let me know how your day is going. I'm going to make this a quick live. And if you're watching this at a later time, hashtag replay so I know that you saw it. Feel free to give this video a like because that helps other people see it. And if you're watching right now and if you're in on my team, and you're watching this, tag some of your fellow squad mates from Prec Televate to tell them to tune in too, so that way they see this. So holding each other accountable to learn and shit. But today we're gonna be talking about why you don't know what you're doing, and that's okay, and why that's okay. Because like not knowing what you're doing is like great. Like that's part of the process. That's like an important part of anyone's journey. But there's a right way to not know what you're doing and a wrong way to not know what you're doing. There's a yeah. So we're gonna dig into that for a second. So this is like I said, gonna be a quick one. I missed my live yesterday. We last second decided that we were going to Cats last night. We got we had tickets to Cats and like Jessica started feeling better. So and she got a negative COVID test, so that was good. And so we went to Cats. So that was cool. Never in my life before we jump into things in what world humans are weird. Humans are weird. Like just in what world do thousands of people gather in a theater to watch a bunch of people dance or a bunch of people dressed up in cat costumes doing some of the most insane advanced choreography and singing that I've ever seen in my life. Like it was awesome. It was really cool. Like not shit talking Cats by any means. It was the Broadway. Like everybody was like top fucking notch. But that's besides the point. So I missed my live yesterday with it being check-in day and with us deciding to do that. But we're here today, bringing the heat. But like I said, yeah. So today's live, we're gonna be talking about like what basically when it's when it's okay to why you need to be able to ask for help and why it's okay that you don't know what you're doing as long as you're doing something about it. And so when is it okay, right? Let's talk about that real quick. When is it okay to not know what you're talking about or not know what you're doing when it comes to your weight loss journey, when it comes to your fitness journey, when it comes to your fat loss journey? Well, first and foremost, if you're actively seeking knowledge, doing research, right? Like real research, or when you're actively seeking help for the problem that you're you don't know the answer to, right? That makes sense, right? Like if we don't know what we're doing, we're trying to find help, we're asking for help, we're searching for answers. That's okay. There's gonna be there's at any given time in your life, there's gonna be stuff that you don't know what you need to know about it, right? That's part of this process of learning. That's part of the process of success towards. It's part of your journey. There's always a learning phase at various periods of time. But when it's not okay is when you struggle in silence, right? When you struggle in science and you stay stuck with where you're at. When you stay stuck, you're just sitting there. You're not doing anything about it. You're not being proactive. You're just stagnating. You're just sitting there, just kicking the tire down the road. I'm gonna learn how to do this eventually. Or you're your ego gets in the way, right? Or your ego is getting in the way right now. Everybody has an ego. Some people's are bigger than others. Mine sometimes is way bigger at other times than others. Your ego is going to screw you over. So don't let it do that. But a lot of times the ego can get in the way where you're telling yourself it's not that bad. I'll figure it out. I know what I'm doing, but you're not actively doing anything about it. You're just sitting there accepting it and you're lying to yourself about how you're going to do it, and then you don't. And then a month goes by, 2 months go by, 3 months go by. All of a sudden it's been 2 years since you went to the gym or ate healthy or even were relatively active and pursuing your goals, right? It can sneak up on you, and it happens. And that's when it's not okay. And it's not okay whenever your ego gets in the way where you're I know what I'm doing. I know how to lose weight. I know how to do it. And it's okay, then why haven't you done it yet? Right? Why haven't you done it yet? If you know how to do it, then fucking go do it then, right? If you know what you're doing, then you should have been there been there already by now. It's been 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, a year. It's been that long. If you knew how to do it, given the circumstances that you're living and existing in right now, you would have done it. Like that shit would have happened already, right? So there's something there. There's a component there to what you know, like to what you think you know, and what you actually, or what you actually need to know to get there, right? You might have like the surface level knowledge of like, yeah, of course, I got to eat less, move more, but maybe there's shit going on in your mindset that's messed up right now, so you can't implement those things. Maybe there's pieces, maybe you have blind spots. We all have blind spots, right? I don't know everything. I don't know everything. There's things that I don't know, but I know enough, right? I know enough. There's things like it's like that surface level like knowledge, right? It's like I know how a car works relatively, like right? Like you put gas in it, you hit the pedal and blah blah blah. But I'm not a fucking mechanic. I don't know how to take a car apart and put it together. Fuck that. I don't know that shit. You probably don't know that shit either unless you're a mechanic, right? Or like a I don't know what people who like cars are called, like car heads or whatever, gear heads, I don't know. Anyways, but if it's that sort of like trap, that false sense of like I know what I'm doing, I know how to do it. Like you don't. If you knew what you were doing, you would have already reached your goals by now. If you've been trying for a long period of time. What's up, Cheryl? How's it going? How's it going? Um, yeah. And so like if you know what you're doing, if you knew what you were doing, you would have been there already, right? If you've given it enough time, like like how much longer are you gonna keep like saying that you know how to do something and then just like not actually like reach your goals? Like that's where it's not okay. When you were struggling in that silence, when you were staying stuck, when your ego is getting in the way of your success, like asking for help. Like we need to make asking for help. We need to make like like once you've reached a certain point, like there is like only you can only move so fast on your own. Like that's just a fact. Like there's only you can only move so fast on your own. Whether you're getting like knowledge from like my lives or from other resources from YouTube, from Google or whatever it may be, like you only have like the ability to like sift through so much bullshit in a day, and sift through so much like what's true and what's not, right? And so like there's a limit on how quickly you can like grow on your own anyways. Like that's kind of an aside, but like normalize asking for help, like with your mental stuff, with your workouts, with your nutrition, with your like fitness journey, with anything that you've ever wanted to get better at. Like normalize asking for help with that shit because that's what's going to get you there faster. That's what's actually going to get you there in the first place. If you're not there, if it's been like 3 6 12 like a year, 2 years, 3 years, like shit, like how much longer are you gonna wait for goodness sakes? Like yeah, Cheryl, that silly ego. Yeah, ego's a bitch. The ego gets in the way, and some people will never change. Some people will never ask for help, and they're never going to reach their goals. They won't. Like there's just a fact. Like some people are too like to have too much like pride, like bad pride in their like in that's from stemming from their ego. Like they're going to stay stuck for the rest of their lives, and they're going to die thinking that they were right and that everybody else was wrong, and that they could have done it if they wanted to, right? And then either you didn't want to, or or you didn't know what the fuck you were doing, and you're just like lying to yourself and lying to everybody else. And so, asking for help is a sign of strength. Like write that shit down. If you're watching this, write that shit down. Asking for help is a sign of strength. Knowing that you don't know everything is is awesome. Like that is like something that you have to have. You have to have that like the wherewithal there to know that you don't know everything, right? You don't know everything. I ask for help all the freaking time. I ask for help all the freaking time. I ask for help on a daily basis in one way or another, whether it's from friends or family or my mentorship group or like with my mentors. Like I'm always asking for help. I'm asking for feedback. I'm asking for like that's the sign of somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing or that is like on the right path to getting to where they want to go is if you ask questions, if you ask for help. Asking questions is just like it's a form of asking for help, right? And so if you're like not willing to like accept that you don't know everything, like you're never going to get there, right? You're never going to get there. And so it's like, like I asked for help, I pay for help, I learned along the way, like a long time ago. I learned a long time ago in grad school that like it's interesting. Like the more that you know and learn, the more that you realize that you don't know everything in the grand scheme of things. Like the deeper you dig on a certain subject or like for me, like I went to school for like biology and like for fish biology and things like that. Like the more in depth that you get with everything and the more that you learn and the digger you deep, the more like you like hone your craft on a specific topic, the more you realize there's so much other shit out there that you don't know what you're talking, that you don't know, that doesn't apply to that, that might not apply to your specific situation that you're dealing with right now. You know, maybe you've got like, you know, and maybe it's like, you know, your specific journey. Maybe you've got all these other factors that are at play. Maybe you've got like PCOS. Maybe you've got a thyroid issue. Maybe you've got like, and not even medically speaking, maybe you've got 4 kids, right? And your time management is like fucked up right now. Or maybe you've got like a history of mental health issues or eating disorder or whatever it may be. And those things are all pieces of the puzzle that are a part of your fitness journey that you aren't taking into consideration. It goes deeper, it goes a lot fucking deeper than just knowing what a macro is or what a calorie is or what, like, you know, maybe you don't have a morning routine. Maybe you don't have, like, maybe it's that. Like, who knows? But you don't know unless you have, it's like the whole concept. It's like you can't read the label from inside the bottle, right? You don't know what you don't know. You don't know how to solve, a brain cannot solve, a problem cannot be solved by the brain that created it. Okay? That is like a very like I love that analogy because it's like if you created the problem in your own mind, like if the mind is creating that problem, right? How is it going to solve it without some sort of outside like input or somebody looking in from the outside to try and like help aid another set of eyes, whatever like way you want to like phrase it. Like you need to start getting okay with asking for help. You need to start getting okay with like seeking help, losing the ego, like because if you knew how to do it, you'd already fucking done it, right? And the, like when I realized that, when I realized like I was like asking for help is a strength. When I realized like 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 that's a superpower almost that you can like that you can tap into is like recognizing that like it's okay to ask for help and it's okay to like seek those answers out because it does like that you're gonna get there much like 10 times faster than somebody who's like trying to do it on their own the whole time and then just like spin their wheels for 6 months, year, 12, like 10 fucking years. Like do you want to get to your goals or not is what you got to ask yourself. Is like how bad do you want to get to your goals? Like you know that's honestly like kind of what it comes down to. And so yeah, let's see. Nora says you need to put 25 cents in the jar. Oh, Nora. All right, I'm about to put $1. Tell her she's gonna need to put $1 in the jar. I'm gonna need to put I'm gonna need to put like $100 in the jar. Let's. Oh shit. Oh shoot. Whatever. Fuck it. Anyways, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I hope that makes sense because like so many people are afraid of asking for help. That's like one of the biggest things with my clients. Like in the community group that we have, like with you know, with coaching and things like that, like on it, like if I encourage like pretty regularly, like there's no such thing as a stupid question. Like you, like that is my job. I want to help you. I'm here to help you. Like ask me those questions because those are important. Like that's what's gonna help get you to that next level. Go to the community. Like they're like that's like ask fucking questions. Like it's a good thing. Like I encourage that shit because not only like by them like you know losing their ego, right? Like getting rid of their ego, moving it aside, and asking those questions. Not only are they helping like themselves solve the problem that much fucking quicker because they're getting more eyes on it and another set of eyes on it or multiple eyes on it if they put it in the group. Guess what? Like they're also helping other people learn about that shit too who might not even recognize that that was something that they needed to know about because it was a blind spot, right? So normalize asking for help. Normalize like helping like getting help like mentorship, no, normalize like coaching, whatever it may be that you right now are struggling with, but like especially with your journey, like if you knew what you were doing, you would have been there by now already. It's more than just the surface level shit that goes on a daily basis that impacts whether or not somebody succeeds at their fitness journey. Most of the time, majority like I like literally you're watching this right now. I could be like, yeah, so this is how many calories you need to drop. This is what you need to do. Like this is how strength training works. Like follow these like repetitions. Like I could tell you that shit all live long day, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't know how to implement it long term. If you don't know how to utilize it long term. If you don't know how to actually like fit it into like your life right now, it's not worth a shit. It doesn't matter. So you need to like ask for help. You need to get that help. And maybe you know if not, it doesn't need to be for me. But I'm just saying like you need to like if you're doing the same shit over and over again. If it's been more than 6 months and of you really trying and doing what you're supposed to be doing, like you would have made headway by now. Like you would have broken through that plateau, like hands down. So something's not working right. Your shit's broken, and probably it's your mindset or your ability to ask for help. So ask for help. I hope that was helpful, and I hope that you guys got value from this. But yeah, like just to be straight up, like if you knew what you're doing, you would have got there by now. Like it's at some level, it goes deeper than the surface level shit. Like Anyways, hope you guys have a good Friday. Hope you're having a good day so far. Other than that, I'm going to talk to you all later. I appreciate it for tuning in. Like I said, give this video a like. Feel free to tag somebody in it, share it, all that good stuff. Have a good freaking weekend. And yeah, other than that, I will talk to you all later. Have a good one, everybody.